I can drive, as soon as I leave like Tacoma and I get into the mountains, or you go through the pass, it's like immediately everything just falls off your shoulders. I don't know, I've never lived in a place that allows that. Like, I mean, look at this. You've got the ocean literally right here.
Have you ever done cold plunges in here?
I've not done that in here, no.
We should have done that.
Yeah.
That would have been fucking hilarious.
That would have been a lot. I don't know if I would have made it out.
No, you would. It's one of those that when my anxiety gets to an all-time high, before I found other coping mechanisms, I would come and I would just plunge and I would dunk myself in. And the best sleep, your nervous system just completely resets. So like water's healing. That's what it does.
Should we go down and skip some rocks or something?
Yeah, let's skip some rocks. I love that.
We're trying to get into 2 more cities.
It's like a perfect stick. I'm a child, sorry.
No, that's right.
And we're striving for this like pursuit of perfection, but perfection honestly lies in just doing.
Yeah, I agree.
And this is it. Like, this is what I do. And this is the life. I'm building my business so that I can do this whenever I want.
Hi, I'm Reed Fetters with Tacoma Rising, and I'm here with a good friend, Jazmin Elon. Jazmin, thank you for coming, and we're going to learn all about Blk Sunflower today.
You up a little bit, huh?
We've been talking about names, and I can't get them right now.
Right? Don't worry. Blk Sunflower has tripped me up too. We're going to talk about that.
Well, let's lead into that. New chapter.
Very new chapter.
So let's talk about where are things going with Blk Sunflower now?
Oh gosh. So one of my passions, as I mentioned before, is just education, teaching, learning, helping other people achieve their dreams. Like, I was a trainer for a very long time, and there's nothing better, at least I feel, I can't speak for everyone else, helping people believe in themselves. And by doing that within business, the way social media, the world is set up now, it's a gift and a curse that they make entrepreneurship seem so accessible.
Yeah.
Accessible. And it's really not. There's a reason you go to college for 4 years in order to get something. We're not going to talk about the capitalistic ways of that, but you need to have like grit in the game in order to be good at something. You have teachers, you have blue collar workers, people who've never done business before in life, trying to start a business and failing consistently because there's really no guide. And the way they teach business, it's like Stone Age. There's the way the world works with the internet, and just how we perceive information now is very different. So I want to pretty much dedicate my time to not only helping entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, learn how to do business right more efficiently using technology and the digital tools that are available to us, but then also learning how to outsource and delegate. From the beginning, when you start a business, we think, oh, I got to do everything myself. And at one point in time, it was a flex. Like, oh, I'm the accountant, I'm the bookkeeper, I'm the product development, I'm research and development, I'm all that. I don't want to be, that's not a flex. And so we have to reframe the mindset. And I feel by doing it, not even by feel, I have proof that by doing it, you can help not only businesses thrive, but have happier entrepreneurs. So I guess all in all, the change with Blk Sunflower as a whole is to make sure that we have a society full of entrepreneurs who actually enjoy entrepreneurship, and it's not taking us out. It's not tripping us up.
I think the idea of being a strong entrepreneur, that you can do everything. I mean, back when, early on, that was something that showed you I can do anything mindset. And honestly, it's a terrible approach, because if you can't delegate, you can't grow. And if you're doing all those things, you're not growing as a business. And next season's podcast, we'll be interviewing CEOs and founders. And the idea is that I want to talk about what's the difference between an entrepreneur and a CEO. Because there's a big difference there. And it's like, as you grow as an entrepreneur, like if your business is blooming, you have to understand how to leave that mindset and get into a mindset of a CEO for management. And you're not like, if you're still doing everything, or you're doing what you were doing, you're not being successful. There's other people out there that's very good about certain pieces, and you need to hire those people. That's once you get past that, right? That's when you transition from that entrepreneur to that CEO mindset. And that is extremely difficult. That's why a lot of CEOs are brought in later and entrepreneurs take a step back, get on the board or do something. And it's tough. It's really hard. And you mentioned something earlier about coaching. And we talked about our sons and naming them and whatnot. But one thing about having, a 6 and a 7-year-old is that getting them the sports and coaching. These days, that's a really good way to show them how hard things can be. Like, I learned work ethic from sports, playing sports and having coaches like running and pushing you to where your body, you get to your limits and then having to take that next step. Same thing with work. It's not necessarily your body, it's your mind. So when you said that, it made me think about, man, my work ethic came from sports, and that's where like getting, I'm way off topic already, but that's what's going to happen today.
It works. It works because if you go into, actually, no, I'm going to backtrack for a second. So you remember there's a point, a lot of songs, especially have rappers and things come up, hustle hard, you remember that grind, sleep when you're dead, all day, every day, let's go. Like, no, because what we don't realize is those people have a whole entourage behind them, helping them out. He gives a lot of great information, but one of them is like Grant Cardone. He says, say yes to everything. Say yes to everything and figure it out. No, I did that for a second. I said, whoa, hold up. Now I'm drowning in stuff. And then I have opportunities that I really want to take come to me. And I don't have the capacity to even do it. And I sit back and I watch. I was like, man, I was at that point one time where I thought it was a flex. And I don't even call myself a CEO. So I love that you brought that up. I call myself a visionary and a founder. And I'll edit it, but I said for the longest I was Blk Sunflower's beep. Like I worked for Blk Sunflower. Blk Sunflower ran me. I didn't run Blk Sunflower. And I just was talking to one of my coworkers the other day, or I call them my coworkers because they're my team members. And I said, I don't want to be the CEO. I want to come in and bippity boppity boo. This is a great idea. Y'all figure it out. And I want to leave. And so that's the team that I'm building. And when it comes to delegating and creating a team, I don't think people realize that as a startup, as a founder, as a brand new entrepreneur, I just got my LLC. From that very day, you can actually start operating as a CEO. But the reason people don't do it because no one's showing them how. And people think it costs a lot of money to do so. And I figure out a way to not make it cost a lot of money, to make it efficient. Pretty much all my friends right now have executive assistants.
I just had this conversation with a friend of mine today about the PCBA, Pierce County Business Accelerator.
I was graduate.
We were like, it's been shut down, federal funding shut it down. And we're literally talking about how do we get it started again, but how do we be more strategic behind it? Now, I don't know the results, which I want to look into that, but we've had a lot of members come, and as soon as that year is up where their rent stops, that for that grace period of the month, they downsize or they leave, which is not the intent of that program. The program is get them started and then find a way to either sustain it or to grow. And so we were talking about how do we fix that? And he threw out a stat, which again, I have to fact check this. Quentin's in the back right now, probably doing a little Google search for me right now. But no, he said there was 22 cohorts, classes of 30, which is almost 700 people over, I don't know how many years it's been, but the amount of money that was put into that. And just from our side of seeing like people leave once their year's up, it didn't seem like it was as successful as it could have been. Now, I think the intent was incredible. I love the idea behind it. But what can we do to make this more sustainable? And one of the things right off the bat was it's an 8-week program. And a lot of these folks don't have a corporate background. And if you take someone like you or me or my friend today that we were talking about it, we have had an education of business and experience where we have been through all of these processes in one way or another. But if you haven't seen it or dealt with it, how do you navigate? You don't even know what's coming at you.
Because if you ask Marquita,
Mm-hmm.
because Marquita
Evans with Intention Juice Bar.
With
Yep,
Intention
yep.
Juice Bar, yes. Plug, no. We've got into it quite often on the phone where I say, I appreciate the program so much. It was a great program. But the way I look at business, outside looking in, the structure, it needed a little bit of help to help take those people to the next level.
Yeah.
And part of what I do now is that was part of my research and development.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to analyze what was going on in classrooms. I was able to hear and see what the success rates were, what people were struggling with, what people actually need. And my curriculum is based off of exactly that. How do we actually have success? And it actually got to me a lot. Like I kind of went in a hole on myself for a while because I felt that, man, I'm helping all these people, but in my mind, I don't see the success.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess because I'm to the point where somebody getting their business license or somebody finally getting the branding together, that's not the success that makes me excited. Mine's is that longevity. Mine's is, they've hired another person. Mine's is, they've been able to expand. That's the success I'm looking for. And that's what I'm building my curriculum around in order to find a way to help people actually grow. Because all this little stuff here, that's not doing anything for us. We're all growing horizontally. We're just taking up more space horizontally. I need people to grow vertically. I need to grow this way. So once you get taller this way, then you have more capacity to grow horizontally. And that's not happening. Not in, like I said, I love that program, but that's not the only program. It's most ways people teach business. And I'll go back on training. You know, people have been weightlifting and training the same way for 50, 60, 7 years. What else have we been doing the same for that long?
Tying my shoes. Probably that's about it.
Basically, and I probably have Velcro or like you just slide them in,
Not
right?
a lot.
Not a lot. And why are we teaching business the same way?
Well, I mean, you can't, businesses don't even run the same way. I mean, like the structures, nothing is the same. I mean, you throw social media,
oh my gosh.
AI and alone, we don't even, what's going to happen in a year with AI? Like it's like, so the point of that is that like since I've been an entrepreneur, actually working on my own, the structure of business from when I started day one, 6 years ago to now, incredibly different. The environment.
From January to now.
Oh yeah.
March
COVID.
to now.
Yes,
COVID.
Last week, but January this year, absolutely.
Yeah, this year. Yeah, January
it's
this
just,
year now. It's
the atmosphere is always changing, and you have to be responding. You have to know how to respond. And what if the next big business in Tacoma was a small business today? Like that's not our mindset here, which it should be. It should be the next big business.
I just said that driving here today. I did. I was talking
I knew we were going to be on the same page.
Yes, like I told you, you're like my bestie. Like we already knew this. How many times we acted like we didn't know each other every time we saw each other, right?
Right? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, who are you? Oh, yes, I remember you. I was telling Marquita Evans again. I was like, it's so amazing how many businesses are moving into downtown Tacoma, and I literally said, watch out, Seattle. I said, you have all these vacant retail spaces in Seattle. For one reason or another, we're not going to go there today. We don't have enough time. But Tacoma, a lot of people are making their home in Tacoma. Yeah. I have a few clients where within 20 minutes, I don't know how many miles, we're not going to say that, but I can literally drive from one client to another right here in Tacoma and just hop to each place.
I love it.
And I'm just like, oh, we're getting somewhere. Now, how do we help move that along even further? You mentioned AI. That's one of the things I teach. AI, automation, delegation. You automate all the little monotonous tasks, and then you have somebody else do the money-making things, and that's how you grow. People are so focused on the little stuff. Even down social media, people are so stuck on social media. Can you step out of social media for a second? Let's go back to guerrilla marketing, back to the roots, putting your feet on the ground, knocking on doors, talking to people, introducing yourself. And that's one of the things that we really, it's just, Reed, we can go on for days.
Well, you're running down the path that we're meant, the whole point of the season of the podcast is that we've had some really incredible folks on this season alone. And the event that I just keep mentioning the event in November with all these students. I'm so excited about the folks that we'll have in that room, the entrepreneurs, the influencers. and getting so many people together with the same like mind and working together. Like, if you want to talk about social media, they're all big. They all have big platforms. I probably have by far the smallest platform with Tacoma Rising, and I feel like we're doing pretty well.
Doing great.
But that's the point of that, is that like, when you get all these folks together and you start seeing what we can do in one room with a bunch of students, imagine how we keep pushing that and pushing that. And I think one of the biggest problems in Tacoma is that we're not talking enough. We're not working together enough. And I think as we do more of that, we're going to see how much is going on in Tacoma. Like, I mentioned this, probably the last couple podcasts. It's the message for Tacoma. Like, we posted something with Chris Staudinger, where he made a comment about Tacoma was the dark place on the horizon or something like this, is what he was told. But he was like, Tacoma's amazing. That's gotten like 60,000 views, an enormous amount of comments all over the place, and some positive, some negative. And it's just like, the view of Tacoma is all over the map. And that's the thing, is like, if we get that kind of just brought down to what it really is, I mean, exactly what you're saying. You can drive around, all your clients are in this area. There's a lot of businesses coming here. Like, this is a place to go. And I think this podcast and these events and all the things that we do together it's gonna showcase that. And I'm going on and on because I'm really passionate about Tacoma and what we have here and the community we're building around business. And like, I think we have an election coming up, and I think it could, depending on how it goes, it could be the start of something really good, or it could be potentially going back around the circular. We'll just say circular momentum of Tacoma, where you have the ups and the downs and up, and then it comes back down. But like, we're on that way up. And anyway, I'm getting way off topic.
No, I don't think it's off topic, because even though this is what the change of Blk Sunflower is about, that's literally about helping businesses. I started with candles. Because I'm a businesswoman who saw an opportunity and I ran with it. I don't think I've really purchased a candle in my life before that. I made some candles, saw the margins, amazing margins, looked at the data, loved me some data. Data looked great, went for it. It worked. But the one thing about business is, it doesn't matter how much money you make. If you don't love what you're doing, okay, what's the point? Because you're going to eventually get tired of it. And I did. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't have the love that I used to have for it. And what I've always had the love for was helping people. And I love business. So let's go ahead and focus on what I love, because it's about me. I spent a lot of time with Blk Sunflower, building it based upon what everyone else thought. I started it because I had $500 in my bank account. Rent was due. It was COVID, and I needed to make something happen. And I had no goal. I had no goals. And so every time a new idea came to me, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to do that. Ooh, I'm going to do that. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting down, I'm like, wait, where am I going? What am I doing? Wasted so much time, wasted so much money, wasted so much energy.
Do you think you wasted time and money, or do you think you were just realizing what you didn't want to do and what you wanted to do?
Well, one thing I teach is, when you start a business, have a goal.
Yeah.
Whether are you building to sell? Are you building to grow? Are you building to why are you building this? And I would say I did waste time because I did not do that, because I was in a flight or fight mode when I started it. I was like,
you were responsive to what the environment was from COVID.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, just do something and make money. But I know how to start a business. I know how to start a business right. And I did not do it correctly. From the outside looking in, yeah, it looked amazing. It looked amazing. Went over 50 publications, Cosmo, Elle, Harvard Bazaar. I have a segment on Evening Magazine. I've met Boys to Men through this. I've been on stages. I did an order for Disney. What season? In 2020, their season, not finale, when they're starting, of The Bachelorette. I did 100 candles for Disney that went to all the celebrities. Like, I've done some amazing things through that. But if I was able to do all of that with no goal, no plan, out of flight or fight, now that I have structure, now that I'm operating as a CEO, I have a team, what's about to happen is going to be amazing.
Well, let's talk about that. You went from running around doing everything, and now you've got things organized. And what does a day in the life look like for you now? Look like for you? Holy cow!
That's okay. That's how I was feeling before. You know how you started over those words? Yeah, that's how my life was before. So now I have a team. We just grew to 15.
Oh, wow.
15 as of Saturday.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. And a majority of my team is in the Philippines. I've delegated, I have a whole virtual assistant agency, but the way I develop it is it's been very strategic, where I got an executive assistant and I saw how amazing that was. And my joke is I just started collecting team members like Pokemon. I was like, I gotta get them all. I need all employees, because it was almost like a high.
Yeah.
It was like a high. So day in the life for me, I usually get up, I spend a little time with my son, making sure he actually like washes his face before he goes to school, you know, little
Sure.
boys, right? Make sure you put on deodorant.
Yep.
Then I'll take time and work out for myself. There was a time where I actually lost myself. I didn't work out anything. I loved working out, was my life.
Yeah.
From then, I usually hop on the computer. By then, my executive assistant has already been through the emails, left the stuff that I need to take care of out for me. I'll then look over different projects that we have going on, see what they need from me. What do you need? Do you need clarifications, checking in with everything? And I've been in this startup beta development phase because I'm a digital marketing agency, but I'm also a tech company at the same time, and it's all been self-funded. And so, ooh, that was a nervous laugh there as I think about it. And I have to really make sure that what is going on is correct, because a lot of it I've never done before. I know how to build websites, right? But I don't know how to code. Like, I know basics. I know what to do. I know how to identify the people who can do it. But actually making it so that I can bring it all together, that has probably been the biggest struggle, because I'm a big idea person. I take all the big ideas, but when it comes to actually executing everything, sometimes it's hard because I'm always thinking of the next best thing.
Yeah.
So then I spend the day going through and just honestly responding to stuff. Now I'm more like a conductor. I'm going like this now.
Yeah.
I'm like, like,
It feels good when things are moving, right?
oh my God, it's like the most beautiful dance. And then every now and then people frustrate me and I'm like, but to have a team of 15, I have 2 that are actually here in Tacoma, which is really nice. I actually got them through the Goodwill program. They have every summer they do like an internship for young adults. So they will actually pay for interns, right? And so I interviewed both of these ladies. They've been amazing, and I've hired both of them on, which is awesome. And so I will then sometimes, depending, because I still have the candle company sort of going, not really. I closed it, but I'm focused more on my wholesale and my private label. So I have customers that I can't just drop off from that. So in all actuality, in a day, on a normal day, I may spend about 4 hours on my computer at that. As to before, I was on my computer for maybe 14 hours a day. And so I spend more time for me. I'm able to see clearly. I'm able to focus more. I'm able to actually create a better vision and actually work on that vision and the goals that I've actually worked on. So my days now are more about doing what's best for me and my life and my health, because I almost lost it felt like.
Wow. Tell me about the high. Like, do you have a point where you're like, wow, everything's running great. Like, this feels great. Like, what was that like? Or have you hit that point yet?
I don't think I've hit that point yet. Like, I'm learning, I'll say one reason why I haven't hit that point yet. Because for a long time, I was just always, I'd achieve something amazing. On to the next, achieve something amazing, on to the next. Like, aren't you excited? Aren't you proud of yourself? Yeah, okay, yeah, but I have to do this.
Yeah.
Right? And so I'm finally learning how to live and enjoy the moment and celebrate the successes as they come.
Well, it sounds like that might be the high point, that you've actually learned how to, because I know if I asked myself that question, I would say the same thing. That I was like, no, I haven't hit it yet. Like, there's times where I'm like, wow, we've made an impact at this, or we've done something, but there's more work to be done. There will always be more work to be done, and I will never stop trying to be better. But I think the moment where you can take a step back and appreciate what you've done and enjoy it, that's hard. And like, it's hard to do. And especially enjoying things in the moment. Like,
Okay,
I find that really hard.
Yeah, I found it. My therapist over here.
Mm-hmm.
You step back. You know what? You're right, Reed. I did. Now this moment is the high because I realized that I am able to actually see what I've done.
If your eyes are just constantly getting better and better and better, then that's awesome. That's, to me, that's all you can ask for. Because the next question is the lows. When, like, part of this whole podcast series is to talk about, you know what, when you're an entrepreneur, it's hard. It's so hard. And not everyone can do it. And you have to have a mindset. If you got to push through it. And then when the times are good, the times can be really good. You may not be able to enjoy them as long as you'd like to, but the times are good because it's you did it, or that's your vision coming through. And that feels really good. But the bad times, or the low times, that's on you too. That's on you. And so I've had countless, like bad news. Oh man, that didn't work. And, tough. If you ask me which was the worst, I don't know. There's been some bad ones, but you know what I can say? As long as you're winning more than you're losing, then that's a good sign. So back to that, have you had any low, when was the lowest or the worst, your worst day?
The worst day is kind of like why we started this podcast off the way we did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The worst day is when I was losing my health. I was literally losing my physical being. I had all the signs. I had an eye twitch. I had lip twitches. And I get this weird thing when I'm stressed. My forehead starts itching. So if you ever see me scratching my forehead a lot, it's like my forehead like breaks out in little hives.
We got to pull you out a little bit.
Yeah, she's scratching her forehead. Back up, guys, right? It had all the signs. And one day I'm driving and I felt like I wasn't even on earth. Like I was in the clouds. Nothing was right. And I'm sitting in traffic, not moving, listening to, I think it was like Sade or something. It was slow. And so I checked my pulse. And I was like, hold on. I know math. Pull out my calculator. Like, that says 110. I'm like, what? So I did it again, 110. All right, something's not right. So I go to the fire station because, it's your blood pressure to the fire station. And I was in hypertension. My blood pressure was 145 over 93. Wow. I am healthy. I eat very well. I don't exercise as much as I used to. But for them to say that, and the only reason they let me leave that fire station because I was able to call my prescriber and have her prescribe me something that was going to help bring down my blood pressure. So I drive home, and I'm sitting in the garage. And once again, this girl, she keeps getting all her little cameos, Marquita Evans, right? Right. And all of a sudden, I started stuttering, like not just a little. It was I could not get out a word. I had to talk like this. I thought I was having a stroke. And for 3 weeks, I stuttered. Whenever I opened my computer, I could not think. My blood pressure went up. My heart rate went up every time I even opened my laptop. All I could do was sit on my couch and scroll TikTok. And during that time, my team took over. Was it perfect? No, but they did it, right? And that was the lowest point that I let my business in because, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite for, she's talking about delegating all this stuff and then you're running crazy. But I also really, really love work. I love work. But our bodies don't understand the difference between good stress and bad stress. Stress is stress. And from that moment, I realized no matter how much I enjoy working, so those 13, 14, 15-hour days, I did that because, I'm creating. I just love seeing things that come out of my head come to fruition and people using and purchasing or using one of my courses, whatever. I loved it. It was a high. I realized it doesn't matter how much you love that. You need to step away. Yeah. You need to go for those walks. Yeah. You need to veg out and do nothing. Because our bodies are not our bodies are not conditioned for this world that we're in right now. We're taking in too much. We're doing too much. And we have to get back to ourselves. So my lowest point is in my voice. My voice is what I do. I talk. I'm a yapper. Yeah. And it was gone. I could not talk. And I was terrified. I was like, what if my voice doesn't come back? What do I do? You have to protect it. I have to protect it. You have to keep it safe. Yep. My health, my heart. And that was my body's way of telling me, go ahead, keep going. Next one's a heart attack. Yeah. You go ahead. Don't slow down. Because I've had tons of different other warnings. Oh, I'm strong, whatever, I'll get through it. I never thought that would be me. Terrified. And now, when I get too stressed out, the stutter comes back. So I know it's time.
Yeah.
So like,
the signs.
if you were stressing me out right now, I wouldn't be able to get words out.
Well, that's a good sign. I'm glad I'm not stressing you out.
So when when I don't want to talk to you anymore, I'm just gonna be like,
fair enough. Well, now I know. You're gonna do it just on command,
right?
Now.
Exactly. Oh my God, here comes Reed. Reed.
That's funny. So that led to you taking a step back and redirecting the business. In doing so, did you have any colleagues, family members, friends that were there that were able to give you the support that helped you through that?
Yeah, we're not going to say her name again because she's had enough time. So she's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then my family, my parents have been very supportive through this entire endeavor, helping me with my son. And things haven't always even been easy financially. Like people look at what I've accomplished with Blk Sunflower, turning it over 7 figures. I've turned a lot of money, but people, non-business people don't understand the difference between generating revenue and expenses, right? Yeah. And that was a long time ago. They've helped me with that. And just my circle, as well as my therapist. Every business owner needs a therapist. Listen, if you don't got a therapist, please get yourself a therapist.
Yeah.
And then just my faith and being able to continue and knowing that I am destined for great things. I wouldn't be put in these situations and continuously coming out on top. And the ideas that come to my head are just amazing. They are ideas that people need. And the fact that things that I have created on multiple levels have helped so many people, that's what keeps me going. And then also my son. My son is watching me, and he is, oh my gosh, turning into an amazing human being. He's a hustler, a hustler now. And it's just beautiful watching him learn that, you know what, I can make my own way in life. I don't have to depend on anyone else. And it's really easy to do. There's 2 things I need to make sure is that he's not a crappy adult and he knows how to take care of himself. He always knows how to make $1, no matter what. And so, yeah, those are the things and the people that keep me going every day.
What's advice you would give a young person, such as your son, maybe older than our sons, that's getting ready to go into their career, or maybe even take a step into the entrepreneurial mindset and start their own business? What one piece of advice would you give to them?
I would build a business that's not relying on social media. That social media is the icing on the cake. I think it's really framed that you need social media in order to be successful. Was it last year on my Blk Sunflower, my candle page, I maybe posted 100 times. When you develop a business that's reliant on you and your knowledge and your networking, you find yourself a target audience that builds off of networking. And I'm going to say it, solve rich people problems. If you solve rich people problems, it makes things so much simpler. And I want to say this without like being offensive. One of the hardest things for me to do is new business development as a startup new business.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of resources. It takes a lot of patience, and I love it. And it's like, I call it my bleeding heart because it has put me in a lot of really uncomfortable positions when it comes to just moving forward in my life, because new business development takes a lot. That's why bigger companies do it. That's why small businesses don't do new business development, because the resources, the money, everything, it will drain you. So one, like I said, find a business that doesn't rely on social media. Find a way to make money that's surrounded in a way of networking. And then solve rich people problems.
That's great advice. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say, build a business that doesn't need social media. And it's such a great perspective to look at it. You never know where that's going to go and how that's going to impact society. It's important. A lot of people get their information from social media. So if you can build something that doesn't even need to be on it, That's really impactful. That's really good advice.
Because you'll get tired, you'll get burnt out of the shucking and jiving.
It takes so much time.
It does.
It's so long. Like and the amount of stuff that the amount of platforms that you have to post to, and just to get, it's tough, especially when you have a podcast and you're taking clips and dumping clips out.
Right.
Yeah, you know,
I always need content.
You gotta go.
I always need content, and that's where our world is like. It's so dystopian to me, honestly. And I went back and I thought about it. Do you remember Periscope?
Mm-hmm.
I was on Periscope, and so I was like an OG live streamer. And but at that point in time, a lot of us were going live just to share what we did.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it. I was like, since Periscope, every time I'm on social media, I'm trying to get somebody to get something from me. I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
It's not like a burner TikTok account when I just am. I just am. And I was like, I don't want to do social media as, hey, look at me, look what I got. Oh, look at me. Even my transition with my business as a whole, even how I do social media is going to be different, where I'm just going to do what I do and I'm going to show up. If you want what I have, cool. If you don't, cool. I don't want to sit here and, please buy my this. Look what I have today. You don't want to build a business around it, because that, I'll be honest, is why so many businesses are burnt out. Social media is not even just money. It's not finding location help. It's trying to keep up with social media.
Mm-hmm.
Enough is enough.
Fair enough. Last question. This is a different question. I didn't show you this one, but if you could sum up your business, or you know what, even better, can you give me your business pitch? Sell Blk Sunflower, the new Blk Sunflower, to me. Do you have a little elevator pitch that you can give me?
Listen, it's kind of hard, because one thing a lot of people don't know, even though I have Blk Sunflower, the candles, I have the Blk Sunflower Business Collective, I actually have a new business.
Oh.
But I can't share the name yet.
You can't?
Can't share the name yet.
Okay, fair enough. Can you share what it...
I call it Blk Sunflower, the Business Collective. I call it Blk Sunflower Business Collective's Rich Auntie.
Okay.
So remember a second ago I said solve rich people problems.
Mm-hmm.
Put it that way.
All right.
So the next phase, I guess, let me see. Can I sum it up quick? Come on, Jazmin, you can do this.
I'll put you on the spot. But to be
spot.
fair, I didn't know about this next venture here.
Not a lot of people, and I gave you a little... Because people are asking, when I said I'm closing my candle business, people went, well, what are you doing? I was like, don't worry, guys, I got some coming. And they were like, well, what is it? Because I haven't said anything. I'm very secretive when it comes to a lot of stuff.
Fair enough.
But basically, moving forward, we're going to help businesses move into the digital age, upgrade their social media presence, upgrade their digital presence, and make it so moving forward, you can have a business and have a life at the same time.
Yeah, I'm sold. I'd love that. You're right. That'll work. Well, thank you so much for coming in and having the conversation with me and talking about Blk Sunflower and all the difficult times and what you went through to get there and the next step. It's really exciting. I'm looking forward to later in November for this event with all those students, those seniors. Again, I can't thank you enough for coming in here. Looking forward to it.
No, I thank you for having me. I love the banter. As you know, when we talk on the phone, just things go, and finding like-minded individuals who have the same passion to helping others. And I think, how I said before, new business development is hard when you're doing it. Well, part of my problem is I wasn't trying to do it. I'm not saying I wasn't trying to, but I wasn't focused on doing it in community. So I'm grateful that we connected, and I'm here to help what you're doing any way possible and help people grow, because people deserve it.
I agree. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. We'll see you soon.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. That's good.